It's senior day here at an overcast Burke Stadium, where today the 9th-ranked Papillion-LV Monarchs come in to take on the defending district champion Creighton Prep Junior Jays. Thank you for tuning in alongside Colton Alder. I'm Alex Tejan. We hope you're having a wonderful Thursday here in the midst of October. Well, Colton, right here, this game is going to pretty much decide who will take the district and get a good ranking coming up in the state playoffs.
Yeah, this is a must-win game for Creighton Prep. Papio looking to claim this district title, looking to snap their 7-game losing streak versus the Junior Jays. They come in 6-1, and they're looking to get in the win column again here tonight.
Sure thing. As we take a look at the coaches poll, as you can see, Westside High School is still riding high, being number 1 and with having no end in sight. Meanwhile, Millard South is at number 2. Those two teams will be playing each other tomorrow night. Meanwhile, there is Papillion-LV at number 9, as Creighton Prep did receive a couple receiving votes, just missing the top 10.
Yeah, Creighton Prep's had a rough season, but they've shown enough potential to be still in consideration for the top 10. The Westside Millard South game is going to be very exciting. Two top teams in the state playing at Millard South. It's going to be a fun game there.
It will be a fun environment at Buell Stadium as Westside looks to take the throne against them for the second consecutive year. As we look at Papillion-LV's result last week against Central, it's been pretty decent, winning by 3 touchdowns. Papillion-LV with a touchdown on each quarter, as Peyton Prestino, more on him later, but he had 3 total touchdowns and over 130 yards rushing.
Yeah, Papillion-LV relying a lot on Peyton Prestino offensively. They ran him out of kind of a wildcat formation where he got the direct snap, and he had a lot of success in that formation, getting touchdowns in 3 separate ways. He's a very dynamic playmaker for this Papillion-LV team.
Meanwhile, we look at Prep's last game. Now, they had a bye last week, so Central did play Papillion-LV. But 2 weeks ago, Prep got the job done in an instant classic between old rivals, as Jacob Ruby ran in the game-winning touchdown in overtime, taking the win 34-28.
It was a pretty ugly game, but in the end, the Junior Jays came up with the win. Sometimes you got to win ugly in order to win pretty, and they end up getting that 3rd win of the year versus a heated rival.
Central is out of contention to winning the district. As you can see, the Monarchs take the field here at Burke Stadium. As about a year ago, these two teams met down in Papillion, and it was a great game to say the least, even though Prep should have won by a lot more. But Caden Russell, the running back in that game, along with Marty Brown, he scored a go-ahead touchdown with 6 seconds left to secure the W 24-20.
Yeah, that was the first game where Tony Caniglio really got a chance to claim the Junior Jays starting job, and he has not looked back since. Ended up leading that game-winning touchdown drive, and Caden Russell scoring that touchdown with 6 seconds left. There was a lot of excitement for the Junior Jays on that field. They're looking to repeat some of that tonight and get another win over Papillion-LV.
And Papillion-LV is led by their running back, Peyton Prestino. 3rd time's the charm. He's only 115 yards away from a 1,000-yard rushing, 2nd in Class A, 126 carries. He had a 4-touchdown game versus Burke and a 3-touchdown game versus Benson. In each of his last 4 games, he has reached the end zone. We expect to say his name quite a bit later today.
Yeah, last game versus the Junior Jays last year, he ran for over 180 yards against this Junior Jays defense. He's looking to repeat some of that tonight. Had a big game last week versus Central, scoring touchdowns in 3 separate ways, and he's looking to get in the end zone some more here tonight.
As we look over, he'll have to face a Prep defense that is led by Zach McClay, 127 total tackles on the year, 3rd in the nation. We also expect to say his name quite a bit, number 10.
Yeah, Zach McClay, the team captain, one of the best safeties in the country, and he's really been great for the Junior Jays this season, also helping out on offense and special teams. He's going to be a big impact player for the Junior Jays tonight.
A lot of people are wondering, where is this man's offer as he looks to finish the season strong and hope to play at the next level a year from now as the Junior Jays on senior day walk down those famous stairs and are ready to go to work here at Burke Stadium.
And it's going to be Zach McClay, the guy we just talked about, giving the pump-up speech. And
oh, yeah.
Junior Jays looking to get a big win here on senior night. They're trying to get back to 500 and win this district.
Zach McClay hoisting the flag. He's going to lead this defense, and they let up 115 rushing yards to one of Central's backs 2 weeks ago. They had the week off last week, but safe to say they're going to have to stop the run with Peyton Prestito as Papillion-La Vista's tailback.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure is going to be put on this young defensive front. Almost no seniors on this Creighton Prep starting defense. Maybe that inexperience has led to fatigue down the stretch of games as we've seen throughout this year, but the Junior Jays looking to buck that trend tonight and end up holding Prestito down to as minimal of an impact as you can possibly get from him.
The Junior Jays take the field on senior day. Here at an interesting 4 o'clock kickoff. It's kind of a odd situation, but due to the weather, we will be starting this game quite early. As what you said earlier in the broadcast, Colton, Creighton Prep has been taking the realm of getting wins over the past couple of meetings, winning their last 7, as Prep leads the series 11-2, dating back since 2004.
Yep. Papillion-La Vista's last win versus the Junior Jays was in the 2009 state playoffs. They're looking to get their first win versus the Junior Jays in nearly 14 years.
Wow.
And they've got the team to do it. And they're going to be a really tough challenge for this Junior Jays football team tonight.
As we take a look at both quarterbacks between Tavian Pirtle and Tony Caniglio, a very similar pass completion. Passing yards, Tony Caniglio leads the way. And with 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and also almost very similar QB rating as well between these two guys.
Yeah, Papillion-La Vista with a much more run-heavy offense. You can't really blame them with a running back as good as Peyton Prestito, but you see that lack of passing game in Pirtle's overall total statistics, although he's done pretty good from a rate standpoint. Tony Caniglio, they've used him a lot more through the air. 850 yards and 9 touchdowns this year. Maybe looking to get over the 1,000-yard mark here today and lift the Junior Jays to a victory.
As you can see, as only Pirtle threw the ball only 9 times last week versus Central, as Peyton Prestito was the man to take control as the Papillion-La Vista's kickoff team looks to be out on the field, and it looks like Prep will start on offense. As we said a little earlier, it's overcast, it's windy.
Yeah.
It is really windy as the flags are flying all over the place. We've seen in pregame that the kicking units for the Junior Jays was kind of a struggle, so that's one thing to keep an eye out, that the wind is a factor in this game.
Yeah, and a lot of our papers up here in the press box have been blown away.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a very windy day so far, and that could impact the passing games for both of these teams.
As we're under a minute to kick off. You're on senior day.
It'll be number 18.
Dave Fajardo.
Yeah, Dave Fajardo to boot it away for the Monarchs. Zach McClay and the freshman Tay Jenkins will be back to return it here for the Junior Jays.
The anticipation is building up here at Burke Stadium. Though it's only a mid-afternoon game, the fans that have come to this game and the Bird Cage, one final home game Bird Cage, they are truly ready for this district matchup between Papillion-La Vista and Creighton Prep. Colton, we're going to play some football.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Thursday afternoon. Glad you're with us on CPSN as Tay Jenkins, the freshman, will return this one up the middle, and he gets a nice return as he crosses just shy of the 35-yard line.
There is a junior J down. It appears to be Zach McClay that's shaken up.
No, that's not. I don't think that's Zach. Zach's over by the sideline. I thought that was Zach too because of his return game. He would be sprinting upfield. Can't really find who that is, but it's obviously not great that on the first play you go down with an injury.
Yeah, and you just hope he's okay in the situation and that he can walk off the field on his own power and just hope for the best.
It might be Nolan going to that is on the ground, getting tended to. Oh. As he is attended to, we will take a break. We'll be back. Well, we welcome you back, and we originally thought it was Nolan going down, being tended to, but instead it was Charlie Addy, and they did bring the ambulance out, and he was tended to, and it's just not what you want to see, and we send our prayers to him and his family. It's
very rough way to start this game. You
yes.
just hope the best for him and just wish the best in this situation.
As both the Junior Jays and the Monarchs were taking a knee in solidarity, hoping for the best for Charlie Addy. And so we will play ball. Tate Jenkins returned it at the 32, and it starts with a play action to Caniglio. Wide open is Daniel Kenny. He's trying to make a man miss, and a flag flies in after the play as Daniel Kenny makes a nice catch from the arm of Tony Caniglio. If this play stands, it will be a first down catch pending the marker.
It'll be on the Junior Jays. It's a personal foul, and that's going to move him back 15 yards now.
Not ideal. So that erases the first down catch and run by Dan Kenny. Now they only backed him up 5. It might not have been a personal foul, but it is 1st and 15. Here's the handoff. The give is to Jacob Ruby, and he won't get much as he takes it to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that penalty is really going to come back to bite the Junior Jays. It looks like that's a really tough way to start this football game, to get that big gain and just immediately go backwards. That puts him in a tough spot here on 2nd and long.
Jacob Ruby, 35 rushing yards and a touchdown, including the game winner last week, and he also had a receiving one last week. As Caniglio under pressure, he'll take off and run. Try to make a man miss, and he is slammed to the ground. And he'll pick up a couple, trying to make up for some of those yards as Logan Holtmeyer was there to stuff him down. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, great run there from Caniglio to pick up 9 of those yards back. And this makes what would have been a 3rd and very long into a 3rd and manageable. Good job on Caniglio's part, just getting them some important yards.
So it's 3rd and 5. The Monarchs are looking to get off the field. A running back on each side for Tony Caniglio as he looks to pass. Pressure. Now he runs out. A flag is thrown again as Caniglio twirls his way to the 45-yard line, but another penalty marker on the play. And I think it's coming back, and it is.
And a pair of very rough penalties for the Junior Jays. You can't afford to start off a football game like this, and that puts it to a 3rd and 15 now. Very rough spot for them to be in here in the spot.
So it's back where they originally started, back at 3rd and 14 at the 29-yard line. Going into the wind they are. Third and 14 as my advisor heckles me. Same formation as last, as Caniglio throws this one kind of high and well short of the marker. Zach McClay makes the catch, but again, I think the wind caught most of that ball. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Junior Jays to throw the ball into this wind. A great catch from McClay, but in the end, it ends up 3 yards short. Wind kind of knocking it down.
As that looked like a pass from Caniglio. It wasn't a bad pass, and I think it would have been, without the wind, it might have gotten McClay the first, but that looked like a whirlybird type throw.
Yeah, this wind's going to have quite a bit of impact on the Junior Jays offense.
It'll be an impact right here as Matt Sledge is set to boot it away. And this one, decent kick. Fair catch called for. Isaac Pamaran calls the fair catch. And that's where the Papillion-La Vista offense will set up shop right at the 25-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see how they start this game. Last game versus Central, they went with mostly using Peyton Prestito as the quarterback in a Wildcat sort of offense.
He had a touchdown pass on last week's game against Central. 1 for 1. As he lines up in the backfield, Tavian Pirtle. No, he's the tailback off the Wildcat formation. Try to catch a seam as he gets tackled for about a gain of about 4. Make it 2nd down. I thought Pirtle was there under center, but it was kind of like a bunch formation as Peyton Prestito took it off the Wildcat.
Yeah, they mostly use Prestito, or as it looks like in this case, Isaac Pamaran might be the guy in the backfield, but they usually just snap it directly to him and let him run.
Here is Pamaran. He was the return man on the punt, and he gets stuffed to the ground on the Papillion-La Vista sideline. He'll get a couple. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Pair of solid run plays for the Monarchs put them in a very manageable spot here on 3rd down. Prestito really great in these short yardage situations and looking to maybe get the Monarchs an early 1st down and get them some offense early.
3rd down and 3. Looking for first here. It is Prestito on the run, and he will cross the line again, and he'll get stuffed right around the 38-yard line. Didn't get a hold much, but it was good enough for a first.
Yeah, it looked like Ryan Ewell was going to stop him short of the 1st down, but Prestito doing a really good job just pushing forward and getting the Monarchs 1st down early on in this ball game.
That moves the sticks as Tavian Pirtle is in the game for the Monarchs, and it looked to be a direct snap, but it's bobbled and down on the deck and on the run and gaining about 8 or so yards. That's Caden Bush. Taking the kind of like a jet sweep formation. He dropped the ball initially, picked it up, and got 8.
Yeah, that looked like kind of a busted play right off the line of scrimmage, but in the end it works out for the Monarchs anyway. And 2nd down and 2 is a very manageable spot for a team with as good of a run game as Papillion-La Vista.
Pirtle looked to throw, now he's on the run. He's got a defender in his face, and it's nearly picked off by Vincent Saul. Pirtle just wanted to get the ball away as plenty of pressure. That might have been Sean Skurdlock there to bring in the pressure, the heavy heat, and Vincent Saul had the ball in his grasp, and it just couldn't haul it in.
And that's when you just got to have, if you're the Junior Jays, you're not going to have very many situations to get this Monarch offense off the field and set your offense up with good field position. That's one they might be looking back at. But 3rd and 2, you got to step up and get the Monarchs off the field here. Just bunch up the line and get a stop in the run game.
3rd and 2, they fake the jet sweep. Here is Peyton Prestito, and he'll pick up a 1st down.
A good run, doesn't pick up a ton of yards, but it does pick up enough for the first. Just a good play on their part, and they keep moving these chains and wearing down this Creighton Prep defense.
Keeps winding the clock too. Prestito has already racked up 12 yards in this 1st quarter. From the 49, Pirtle back to pass. He looks down the field, and it's incomplete. Over the head of his intended target, Travis Hines, as I think Henry Bartholomew was in coverage. Excuse me, Michael Saul, he was in coverage.
Yeah, that was some good coverage there from Saul. Forced a tough pass. from Pirtle, and he ends up just overthrowing him. Good job by this Junior J defense, and now it's 2nd and 10.
Michael Saul, he's been a leader on this defense along with Ryan Ewell. Both of them linebackers, they've been laser sharp throughout this season. 2nd and 10. Prestito finding the lanes and gets a nice gain as he's tackled from the ankles by Ian Aslan as he takes this one to the 40. Another first down.
And with the way Prestito was running, that might have been a touchdown-saving tackle from Aslan. Just tripping him up by the ankles and preventing an even bigger play, but that's a first down for the Monarchs as they keep wearing this defense down, maybe getting some more momentum in this run game.
Nice game by Prestito. Coming into the game, he needs 115 yards in order to reach 1,000 yards on the year. As here's another call for Prestito as he bangs his way around to the 35-yard line.
And if you can pick up 5 yards on first down, that's typically a good formula for moving the ball down the field. Good start to this set of downs for the Monarchs. 9 plays on this drive, and they're just wearing down this defense and getting into a good position to score.
Not only that, the Monarchs have the wind at their backs here in this first quarter. Another handout to Prestito, trying to circle his way out, and he's stuffed to the ground right around the 32-yard line. Ryan Ewell, Zach McClay to make the stop. It'll be 3rd and short.
And on 3rd and 2, you'd think the Monarchs would go to the ground here. For Creighton Prep, you might want to stack the box with 5 or 6 guys. Force Papillion-LV to throw the ball in this position. This defensive line's got to step up in the spot.
Third and 2. Prep's looking for a stop. Pirtle's in the shotgun formation. And the give is to Prestito, and let's see where they put him. I think right at the 30, and they will give him a first down.
It's a good job by the Junior Jays defense, just limited him to 2 yards. That's good in most situations, but on 3rd and 2, it's just barely enough to pick up that first down. It's a tough break, but you've got to stay focused. Don't let yourself get down over that mistake and just get them off the field.
Another 3rd down conversion for the Monarchs. Here's another call to Prestito. A flag is down. Prestito escaping missed tackles as he gets it to the 26-yard line, but let's check the flag. And it looks to be a penalty on the Monarchs. It'll be a hold, and they'll move him back to the 40.
That might be the break the Junior Jays need. Papillion-LV hasn't really broken a big play on this drive. They've just been getting a bunch of short gains on the Junior Jays defense. Now this forces them to go to the air potentially on a 3rd down situation. 1st and 20 is kind of a rough position to be in for this offense, and big break for the Junior Jays.
As it'll be a timeout called by the Monarchs with 3:05 left to play. Still scoreless here at Burke Stadium. We welcome you back to Burke Stadium after a timeout called by the Monarchs. It's 1st and 20 after the penalty. Defense looking for a stop. Pirtle trying to look reverse field as he looks. He's got pressure coming, and he just slings this away. Incomplete.
Smart play by Pirtle to just throw it away instead of forcing something downfield. But for the Monarchs, that's one that you kind of wish you would have went to the ground on, maybe gained some yards. Now on 2nd and 20, maybe you're forced to go to the air on either of these next two downs. And Pirtle 0 for 3 through the air on this drive. They've gotten all their yards through the run game.
As the prep coaches were looking for an ineligible receiver. They had like a 71 or something downfield by quite a few yards, and that's what Coach Yonk was arguing about, and I think the officials will talk about it.
And I think even if there's an ineligible receiver downfield, you might decline the penalty because the 2nd and 20 situation might be more advantageous to you than a 1st and 25 in this case. It appears like there's not going to be a penalty.
No. Both teams were lined up to get 2nd down going. With 2:57 left, Pirtle with a handoff to Prestito. Little hilly handoff, and here he goes. It's Prestito getting a block, crossing the field, and he is out of bounds inside the 5.
What a run from Prestito. He just gets through the line, ends up cutting back, getting inside the 5-yard line. Does a great job in open space. One of the best running backs in the state of Nebraska, and he gets them down to the 3-yard line.
A gain of 37 on 2nd and 20. Instead, it's 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Already 70 yards on the ground this drive from Prestito. The Monarchs really relying on him, and you can't really blame him considering his production so far on this drive.
Already 70 yards for Prestito on the day. 1st and goal. Here he is in a shotgun, or wildcat formation. As he takes off, and he is in for a Papillion-La Vista touchdown. 5 straight games where Prestito finds the end zone at 6-0 Monarchs.
Great opening drive for this Monarch offense. They burn about 6 minutes and 15 seconds, and they end up getting in the end zone. Prestito 73 yards and a touchdown on the drive, and they're an extra point away from taking a 7-point lead.
Cooper Willis now on to kick the PAT. And it looked like to be a botched snap. Instead, they'll have to throw for it, and it's incomplete. We've seen many times where prep puts pressure on the field goal and extra point unit. We've seen a couple of blocks around too, but that one might have just been a botched snap and hold. But nonetheless, it's a 6-0 Monarchs lead with 2:43 left in the first quarter. We'll step aside here from Burke Stadium. We welcome you back here to Burke Stadium as the Monarchs take the early 6-0 lead. Peyton Prestito finds the end zone again. And the Monarchs are the first ones to strike in this game. David Fajardo. Little pooch kick, soft one, and that's on the ground. Someone's got to get on that. That's going to roll around, and McClay has to pick that one up, and Prep's offense is going to start all the way back near their own 5-yard line.
That's about as rough of a start as you can possibly get to the drive. That kick wasn't kicked particularly well, but it took a bounce that really favored the Monarchs, and now the Junior Jays in a really rough spot. They appear to be starting at their own 7 to open off this drive.
Not ideal. Starting at the 7. Ball just floated in the air and going into the wind as well. Wind has really picked up. Has really been picked up as the tent knocked over, and we see some trash bags floating around as well. So first down from their own 7, Caniglio with the handoff. This is to Jacob Ruby, and he won't be getting much. No gain on the play, second down.
They go to the ground on the opening play, and not much of a gain there for the Junior Jays. Second and long position for them. They might have to go to the air on either one of these next 2 plays.
So second down now. Prep kind of had a slow start in their Central game, scoring 0 points as Caniglio under pressure. Got to be careful. He just flings it away dangerously, and it's incomplete. Papillion-La Vista wants a flag, and here it comes.
They're going to get an intentional grounding on Caniglio, and that's going to be a safety.
If he was in the end zone. That's what they're talking about.
No doubt the intentional grounding took place. I think they're just trying to see whether that happened at about the 1 yard line.
Looks like they're spotting the ball at the 1, maybe. Their offense and defenses are staying out there. And to be honest, if you're the Junior Jays looking to get something going here, you're deep in your own territory. Try to figure something out.
3rd and 16 from your own 1 yard line. You might just be trying to avoid the safety at this point.
Yeah.
Wind making it difficult to go deep. They might just run it with the fullback and Kenny.
As the give is to Jacob Ruby, and let's see where they put him. They mark him down just getting out of the end zone. A correction, that is Angelo Walker on the carry. They'll get him out of the end zone, but still they're going to punt deep in their own territory, back in their end zone. Matt Sledge is going to punt this one into the wind again.
Yeah, and with this wind being so heavy, the Monarchs probably going to get some very good field position here. Blocked punt is something to be wary of. Always a possibility whenever team punts from their own end zone.
As Sledge gets this one out quickly. Isaac Pemeran gets a return, trying to cross the field. He fielded it in prep territory as he will get shoved out of bounds all the way near the 30-yard line. So compared to the prep's not so good field position, Monarchs are going to get excellent field position, out of bounds right around the 30.
And this prep defense that got worn down pretty hard last drive after this nearly 6.5 minute drive from the Monarchs. They're now back on the field on short rest. Papillion-La Vista potentially looking to take advantage of that and get in the end zone again.
So from the 32, Pirtle throws it immediately to the outside and escaping one tackle, and is finally getting taken down. That is Isaac Pemeran. He escapes Vincent Saul's attempt to tackle, but Michael Saul, Vincent's brother, comes in to make the finish. Let's check the flag. There might have... No, it was no flag on the play. That was my mistake. It's 2nd and 5.
Good pickup for this Monarch offense on the opening play of this drive. That puts them in a good spot here on 2nd and 5.
And the handoff goes to Prestito, barreling his way forward, and he gets all the way to the 20-yard line on the last play of the quarter. So Papillion-La Vista has really been playing sharp. Up here with a 6-0 lead over the Junior Jays as we'll flip the field. We will go to quarter as we will be back here on the Creighton Prep Sports Network. Welcome back to Burke Stadium. Colton Alder and Alex Tejan with you here as starting off the second quarter with a handoff to guess who? Peyton Prestido. You'll get a first down, or no, not a first down. He'll get it to the 16.
Yeah, this Monarchs team gave the ball to Peyton Prestido 10 times in the first quarter. Those won't be the 10 last times he touches this ball today.
Oh, big time, as he's already at 83 yards rushing and a score. Hurdle from the shotgun. Here's another handoff. It is Prestido, and he'll get a few yards there. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Now 3rd and 3. Monarchs likely to go back to the ground. Junior Jays need to be physical up front, get a stop here, and maybe hold the Monarchs to 3. With this wind, however, they'd probably go for it on 4th down unless he lost some yards here.
They're down 3. To Prestido. No, they fake it, and it is caught for the touchdown. Owen Bogat's there to haul it in after the play action fake to Prestido. It's 12-0 Monarchs.
They had me fooled. I thought they were going to run it for sure
Me
there.
too.
But great throw there from Pirtle. Bogats does a good job getting open, and just a great play call from this Monarchs offense, and it gets them on the board again. It's now 12-0.
And it looks like the offense is staying out there to go for the 2-point conversion. And the handoff to Prestido, and he'll get it. 2 points for the Monarchs. It's now 14-0, 10:46 left here in the first half. It's been all Monarchs here at Burke Stadium as we will take a break. We welcome you back to Burke Stadium. The Monarchs, safe to say, they've came to play as already with a 14-0 lead here early in the second quarter.
And this offense has had their way with this Junior J defense. Peyton Prestito running big time on the ground, 86 yards and a touchdown already for him, and then going to the air for the 13-yard score. Great start for the Monarchs so far.
A little squib kick, and that's going to hit. Go out of bounds. Prep's going to get it at the 35.
Waterboy almost made a great one-handed catch.
That's Jonas Salem. As it was kicked right toward him. He couldn't catch it, but Prep will take the ball at the 35.
Now for the Junior Jays, they haven't got a first down yet today. Already 3 penalties for 21 yards on their offense, including a pair that took away first downs on that opening drive. They've got to stay more disciplined offensively here.
On first down, Caniglio finds open Wyatt Lasher. He'll only get about 4. It'll be second down as Caniglio with his first completion.
4-yard gain to start the drive. It's not pretty, but it ends up helping them out and puts them in a much better spot. A lot more options open here on 2nd and 6 than would be on 2nd and 10.
It's Caniglio's second completion rather than his first. It's second down and 6. Making his third completion, and he finds Wyatt Lasher again as he'll get another 4-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, a pair of short yardage completions to Wyatt Lasher. He's been a big short yardage guy for the Junior Jays this year. Pair of catches on this drive here for him already, and that puts him in a good spot here on 3rd and 2.
These fans are looking for a first down. Desperately need it. As Caniglio will just go right up the middle, and we got a flag. It's going to back him up 5 false start.
Already the 4th penalty for the Junior Jays. You just can't afford to make mistakes like that against a team as good as Papillion-La Vista. And now on a 3rd and 7, that severely limits their options of what they can do offensively.
So instead of 3rd and short, it's 3rd and 7. Not what you want if you're the Junior Jays.
With the wind at their backs, if there was ever a time to break out a deep pass, it's probably right now. Get some momentum on your side and move this team down the field.
Caniglio surveys, edges away from the pressure, and he tucks it and runs it, trying to make a man off his body, and he'll go out of bounds. He'll be about a yard short, or no, they'll only say he hasn't.
It's a great run from Caniglio.
Staying in bounds, getting a man off his shoulder, but it's going to be 4th and short.
And 4th and 1, down 14 points. You got to think this is 4-down territory, and the Junior Jays, it looks like R&D going to go for it.
Caniglio had a QB sneak earlier. Will they do it again? Oh, no flag on the play. It looked like someone infracted the neutral zone. And it will be a QB sneak, and where will they put him? And it looks like that he got enough for the first off a QB sneak.
It's a good QB sneak for the Junior Jays. They've had a lot of success with that in short yardage situations, and Caniglio doing a good job just pushing forward, getting them that first down. And now the Junior Jays keeping that offense on the field, maybe looking to get their first points on the board here.
High snap. Caniglio has to collect it. Ball is dropped. Incomplete. Angelo Walker had it right on his fingertips. Could have gotten quite a few yards, but it was just incomplete.
That's a tough break for the Junior Jays. Need to gain some yards on that first down play, and Walker will definitely get chances to redeem himself as this game goes along, but it's a tough play.
2nd and 10, Caniglio rolling to his right, more pressure coming, just flings it, and it is nearly intercepted, incomplete. He wanted Michael Burt, but number 5, Trent Lavicky, was in coverage. It's 3rd down, and at that point, Caniglio was just looking for somebody to get open.
And 3rd and 10, Almost certainly a pass play here for the Junior Jays. And you got to think the ball's going to one of their deep ball threats. Eddie Schaefer, Jackson Wergler, and Michael Burr all showing great potential on those deep ball situations, and maybe the ball goes to one of them here on a 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, 3 straight passes. Caniglio rainbows down the field, but incomplete, little too high, and out of the way for Jackson Wergler. And another punt team will come out for the Junior Jays.
For the Junior Jays, you cannot afford to have a start this bad offensively. You get taken off the field on 3 straight possessions, have to punt it away on all 3 against a Papillion-La Vista team that's had their way offensively early on. Just can't afford to have a start like this. There's still time to turn it around, but
definitely
got to have some sense of urgency as this game goes along.
Sledge boots this one, not the prettiest. Papillion-La Vista has to get away from it as they will start at around a 32-yard line.
And their offense has been catered around Peyton Prestito. 12 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown already for him. Definitely going to get the ball quite a bit on this drive. He's now just 29 yards away from 1,000 yards this season. Got his 13th touchdown of the year earlier, and it's just been great for the Monarchs this season. Been great again today.
Here is Prestito trying to find the outside, and he's tackled. Might have been for a loss as Ryan Yule comes in and makes the stop.
It's the first play all day where you really think that the Junior Jays made a good stop on Prestito in the backfield. Loss of a yard, it looks like, and it's just a great play on their part. Maybe getting some momentum on this defensive side.
2nd down now, Prestito. He gets another call of the football as he'll get to the 37. 3rd down, and again, for your if you're prep, you're like, enough is enough. Let's get this 3rd down stop.
Yeah, and for the defense, it would be huge for their confidence to force the Monarchs off the field here on a 3rd and 5. Get this offense back on the field, maybe generate some positive momentum, and you're going to need anything to build on in this halftime period. Got to come up with a big play now.
Looking for a big stop. Prestito is going to be short by about a yard. Excellent job by the Junior J defense. Zach McClay and Vincent Saul and company to make the stop. It's going to be 4th and 1, and what do you do here if you're the Monarchs?
It's got to be 4-down territory for him on 4th and inches with perhaps the best running back in the entire state. You got to think they go for it again, and looks like they will. They're coming out with a big set. They're not trying to hide the fact that they're going to run the ball here, and Junior Jays just got to beat them physically.
And Wildcat, and they're not going to get it. No gain. Excellent job by all the guys on the prep defense. Michael Saul and company to tackle him for no gain. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and that's what you need if you're the Junior Jays.
That's a great play from this Junior Jays defense. Forces the Monarchs off the field for the first time today. And now their offense starting at the Monarch 39-yard line. Great momentum swing for this team. You need to take advantage here and get on the scoreboard, preferably with a touchdown, but great start to maybe turning this result around.
Excellent stop by the Junior J defense. Puts their offense back on the field in Papillion-La Vista territory from the 39. Caniglio under center. Play action. He looks. Rainbows down the field, looking for Jackson Wergler, and he's incomplete. He can't haul it in. That would have been huge if he hauled that one in as Owen Bogat's in coverage on Wergler. It's 2nd down. Caniglio wanted the home run on that one.
It looked like Wergler had to make a one-handed catch, and to his credit, he almost came up with it. Ends up just falling incomplete. It was almost a great play for the Junior Jays, but now on 2nd and 10, you got to stay focused and get some momentum on your side.
Another throw. This one's to Angelo Walker. He dropped one last time, and this one he hauls it in and gains a couple.
Any gain better than no gain in that position, but
absolutely.
Now 3rd and 7. Probably a throw to the air yet again.
They haven't been running it as much as Caniglio has been out to pass over and over here in this game with 5:50 left in the first half. Caniglio is behind and incomplete, and a penalty marker is flown from the sideline from Prep. And it's going to be an ineligible receiver on the Junior Jays. Let's see if Papillion-La Vista declines it. It'll be declined, it'll be 4th down.
Rough set of downs for the Junior Jays.
Well, let's see if they go for it, first of all.
And
it will be a punt. Or will it? And a timeout is called by the Junior Jays. They had a little confusion on which team to go out there, so it'll be 4th and 7, 5:45 left here in the quarter number 2. We will take a break. We'll be back. We welcome you back. Prep looks to be going for it from the Papillion-La Vista 36. Gotta have it if you're the Junior Jays.
Yeah, you got to go for it in the spot. This is the best field position you've had all day.
Caniglio looks and takes off up the middle. Spin move. Caniglio looks to be short. He needed 7, and he got 6. Just short of the marker. It's going to be 1st down for the Monarchs. So close.
Great effort from Caniglio, but that's just a bad break for the Junior Jays. Can't afford to waste situations like that, especially with how good the Monarchs offense performed their first 2 times out.
Here's Prestito again. He's got a breathing room, and here he goes. It's Prestito down the sideline. 1 man to beat. Yule racing him down, and he will score. 70-yard run for Prestito. Finds the end zone again. It's 20-0.
It's pretty well over 1,000 yards on the season now. The 70-yard run on his part does a really good job in the open field yet again. The Monarchs really laying it on in the first half. The Junior Jays need something to turn the momentum back in their favor. Great run on his part, and just a rough turn of events for the Junior Jays.
Cooper Willis will kick into the wind, as this one is good. And a long touchdown run for Peyton Prestito. Results at 6 as we'll take a break. Monarchs all over this game, up by 3 touchdowns. Welcome back as Papillion-La Vista takes control of this game up by 3 touchdowns. It's been a cloudy, windy day. We expect some showers and thunderstorms later on this evening. As this kick by Willis is popped in the air, someone's got to get on that, and it will be prep ball. Someone was able to leap on it. As it looked to be
73, Vincent Costantino made a great play to keep the ball in the Junior Jays' possession, but that was almost a critical mistake for them. For this Junior Jays offense, you need to get on the board this drive.
You have to.
Need to get some points at least before the half. Get something to build on at the break. Been a very rough start for this team.
The defense is getting word from their coaches down on the sideline. So 5:23 left in this half. From the 33. Caniglio looks one way, tries to set up the screen to Angelo Walker. He's got some breathing room up the field, and he will take this one to near the 47-yard line. Gain of 14 off the screen play from Caniglio to Angelo Walker.
Yeah, that was a good play for the Junior Jays. Gets some momentum back in their favor. A 14-yard pickup for Angelo Walker on his second grab of the game.
Make it a 15-yard pickup as Caniglio fakes the Walker. He gives it to Ruby, and he'll get a decent gain out of bounds into Monarch territory. He'll pick up 9.
Good start for the Junior Jays on this drive. Their offense looks a lot more comfortable out there than they did previously. Now on 2nd and 2, you need to get this first down, move downfield, and just get on the scoreboard any way you possibly can.
You got 8, 2nd and 2. Pass is over the head of everybody, incomplete.
And we talked about how this wind has been affecting the quarterbacks throwing into it, but it's also been affecting the quarterbacks with the wind at their backs as well. Tavian Pirtle had a few passes that he overthrew, and now Caniglio with a couple overthrows. This wind may be causing these QBs to get a little bit too much mustard on their throws.
As Caniglio on another keep, a little option type play as he is ripped down to the 40. Didn't gain much, but it'll be good to move the sticks.
Good run there for Caniglio, a pickup of 4 yards, and now the Junior Jays, fresh set of downs. They have just as good of a chance of getting on the scoreboard here as they did last drive, practically the same situation they were in.
Give us to Ruby. He'll get 3. Second and 7. Junior Jays, at least by halftime, they want to get on the board. Or, and when I say on the board, not really 3. I probably want 6.
Yeah, maybe get multiple touchdowns if you play your cards right, but
Prep with still 2 timeouts. Approaching 4 minutes to go. Caniglio looks, pressure coming from behind. He flings it down the field, and it's incomplete again. The downfield shots have really not been working for the Junior Jays. It's 3rd down.
That's a tough throw for Caniglio, who he almost found Angelo Walker all the way downfield, but now on 3rd and 7, got to throw the ball, and it's the exact same situation they were in last drive. Maybe you look for Michael Burt in this position. The Iowa commit hasn't gotten a catch yet today. He might be looking his way here on a 3rd and 7.
Caniglio targeted Burt earlier in the game as Papillion-La Vista brings pressure, and down he goes. Coming in on the heat. And that might be Creighton Prestito coming out on a linebacker position to make the sack. He's been doing it all.
Yeah, Prestito's had a really great game on the ground. Now he gets to Caniglio under center, and in this situation you kind of have to punt for the Junior Jays on a 4th and 16. It's been a very rough first half for them. Only hope at this point is that maybe they can get this Monarch offense off the field quickly and get another chance, but that might have been their last great opportunity to get on the scoreboard. Just a tough break for them.
Sledge called on the punt. Decent kick from inside the 10. And trying to work his way around and getting tackled by Ryan Ewell. Isaac Pammerman makes the return. He gets a couple. He'll be first down at the 22.
This Monarch offense has ran the ball at will against this Junior J defense. Already 178 yards, 166 of which coming from Peyton Prestito and 2 touchdowns. Going to be looking to run the ball yet again. At this point, a field goal probably not in the equation, so they're going to try to get in the end zone.
First down. Pirtle throws it outside, whiffs off one tackle, and gets stuffed down for a short gain on the play.
Yeah, they go to the air with the screen pass on the opening play. It only picks up a yard, but I suppose that's better than nothing for this Monarchs offense. And now on 2nd and 9, they might still be looking to go to the ground, especially with this 21-point cushion that they've built up for themselves.
Approaching 2 minutes left in this first half. Pirtle, give to Prestito. He had a long run earlier and gets quite a bit there. It'll be third down and a couple.
A solid run from Prestito. He ends up picking up 6 yards, and now it's 3rd and manageable for the Monarchs. For the Junior Jays, need to get a stop, need to get off the field, give your offense at least one more shot to get on the scoreboard before the end of this first half. Get something to be happy about entering the break.
And here's the run to Prestito, and 2 guys there to make the tackle. Takes it to the 36, first down, Papillion Vista.
Good run there from Prestito. Just continues to gain 6-7 yards on his carries, and the Monarchs, are going to take their second timeout, it looks like.
As they'll talk things over, we'll be back after this. Well, look who's here. It's Nebraska head coach Matt Rule is in the house, taking in the sights and sounds of what Omaha is and like, checking out some of his recruits as well. It's great to see him here at this game as Monarchs lead 21-0, 1:40 left to play in the half. Pirtle looks downfield, and this one is off the deflection and nearly intercepted. Henry Bartholomew in coverage on the big tight end, Eric Ingwerson. It's second down.
Yeah, that was a great play by Henry Bartholomew to knock down the ball intended for the Nebraska commit and Ingwerson. And now that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Monarchs team still probably feeling pretty comfortable in this position with Prestito gaining as much yards as he has throughout this first half.
1:39 left. Second down, handoff Prestito. He's kind of got an opening as he gets a few blocks to right around the 42.
Solid run there from Prestito, and
41.
Now looks like the Monarchs have a 3rd and 5. Might be another situation where you go to the ground here regardless of the yardage. Prestito's been great on the ground, picking up nearly 9 yards a carry and just Got to keep feeding him the rock.
As here's another call for him, and he might be about a yard short, and he will. He takes it up to the 45-yard line. He needed to get to the 46. As with under a minute to go, the Monarchs will offense will be out in the huddle as we approach halftime.
And
as the Junior Jays will take a timeout. .37 seconds left. Feeling La Vista, I don't think you want to risk going for it, because, or you might as well. You technically could, but you're at your own 45 if you don't get it. Prep has good field position with 37 seconds to work with and a timeout. It is 21-0, and the Prep offense has pretty much fell flat on its face. So.
This Papillion-LV team has all the momentum at this point. I think they go for it here. Presido has pretty consistently.
Yep, the offense is staying out there. I think if you're the Junior J defense, you have to say 9 times out of 10 it might be a QB sneak or a wildcat to Presido as they try to get him on a hard count, and they're going to give him a first down off an offside penalty.
Might not be a quarterback, but can still draw them off sides. Good job by Presido there. And
it's weird that they called that, or kind of seen that earlier with Papillion-La Vista. They jumped into the neutral zone, and they did not call a flag. But on there, it didn't look like much of a jump, but they were still able to throw the flag. So they Papillion-La Vista with a timeout left. They have it at midfield with 37 seconds left.
Now with 37 seconds left, you might have to hurry up and go to the air a little bit. They only have 1 timeout left, so they're really going to need to get some big chunk plays to get in the end zone here.
Couple receivers to work with for Pirtle as he launches downfield. He's got a man open and right through the fingertips. Incomplete for Owen Bogats. It might start to get a little dewy out there on the field as some showers and sprinkles have just made their way here to Burke Stadium, and I think Bogats either had it slip through his hands or just dropped it.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough break for the Monarchs. With a 21-point lead like this, might not be the most costly mistake in the world, but could prevent them from getting some points before the end of this half, and kind of rough on that standpoint for them.
Pirtle trying to set up the screen to Presido. He's working against Bartholomew as he'll edge away from his tackle. He's still going all the way to the 33-yard line. Excellent job running off the screenplay as Zach McClay makes another tackle. Excuse me, that's Alex Costello. They're on the tackle. They have to go hurry up, and they quickly spike it with 17 seconds left to play in the half.
Now, for the Monarchs, with 17 seconds left, you're probably going to have to continue going to the air on it. Now, the ball at the 33, just 1 timeout to work with. Running is probably out of the question right now.
As for first half statistics, Peyton as Pirtle has reached the 1,000-yard mark on the season with well over 100 yards rushing as Pirtle. He will take a sack. Back at the 40-yard line, Ryan Yule coming in on the blitz. And I met Presido there over 100 yards rushing there as Ryan Yule gets the sack, and that will end the first half on a high note for the Junior Jays as it is 21-0 Monarchs at the end of the first half. Papillion-La Vista will start off the second half with the ball as each team goes to the locker room.
About as rough of a first half as you can possibly get for the Junior Jays. Still hold out some hope that they can turn it around and make this an interesting ball game, but the Monarchs have just had their way throughout this first half, dominating the Junior Jays both offensively and defensively.
As we will take a break for this halftime period. Coming up will be the second half to get things going. We'll be back. Welcome you back to the Burke Stadium as the second half is about ready to commence. A little more damp and rainy than how it was in the first half, but things are about to get ready. Alongside Colton Alder, I'm Alex Tejan. Well, Colton, say the least, it has gone Papio La Vista's way, and most certainly not the Junior Jay's way.
Yeah, this Monarchs team has just dominated both offensively and defensively. Peyton Prestito, 188 yards and 2 touchdowns, also getting a sack defensively. This defense has held the Junior Jays to just 67 total yards. It's been a very rough first half for both of the Junior Jays, and this Monarchs team has just taken advantage and 21-0 start.
Yeah, the thing that's most eye-raising is the offense is 224 yards total for Papillion-La Vista compared to Prep's 67. So one thing's for sure, they just got to get things going here. They 21-0 at half. Senior day, you haven't lost to Papillion-La Vista in Prep has won 7 straight against Papillion-La Vista. That streak is in jeopardy if they do not come back, because Papillion-La Vista will start with the football to start this second half. As you can see, it has been a lot rainier than it was earlier.
Did someone bring a blue bag up here?
Now it'll be Zach McClay
To kick this one off as the ball falls off the tee. Might be harder in these conditions to take care of the ball. It's been raining a boatload ever since halftime. As a short kickoff to the 22-yard line, and on the return and taking a nice gain to the 39-yard line. That is Caleb Bush on the catch. Excuse me, it'll be at the 38-yard line.
Now Peyton Prestito is going to be the focal point of this Monarchs offense yet again. 188 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Probably going to give him the ball quite a bit, especially with these conditions, making passing the ball even harder for each of these two teams.
First down and 10. The give is in the round reverse to Travis Hines. He'll try to spin his way and get stuffed for about a gain of 3. Originally, they thought they were just going to go ahead and hand it off to Peyton Prestito. Tried a little trickery, try to mix up the Jays' defense. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it's a good move on their part to try and change things up, try to fool this Junior Jays defense a little bit, but ends up not picking up a ton of yards, and now on 2nd and 7, probably going back to Prestito here.
Second and 7. Ball at the 42, as this will be a pass out and immediately met, tackled by Vincent Saul. Nice job there as Isaac Pamaran there to make the catch. He only gets a couple. Excellent tackle by Vincent Saul.
And a pair of short gains for this Monarch offense, and now on 3rd and 7, they're going to need to gain some yardage here, maybe go back to the air in the spot.
On 3rd down, it's Prestito taking the handoff, and his first carry of the half, he picks up the first.
Gets just enough to pick up that first down. A good run on his part. Just really gotten whatever he wanted today, and that'll be a first down for Papillion-La Vista.
So it's first down at the 49-yard line, right near midfield. Another handoff. This is to Prestito, and carries some defenders with him, and he takes it to the 46 of the Junior Jay's side of the field.
And with that carry, Peyton Prestito has reached 200 yards today. Already 202 touchdowns on just 23 carries for him. It's just been dominant all day for the Monarchs, and they keep moving this ball against the Junior Jay's front seven.
Prestito in the backfield on 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5 as Prestito off the toss is immediately met. Nice tackle there. Michael Saw on the tackle.
Now that'll bring up about a 3rd down and 3 for the Monarchs. Junior Jay's defense just needs to get the stop, hold them to no points on this drive, and get their offense back out on the field. Gonna need to get some points fast in order to
On
have
to
any
down
chance.
5, Prestito. 1st down. He's been carrying this rock all day long as he's over 200 yards rushing.
Great carry on his part. He picks up 9. Now the Monarchs all the way at the Junior J 35. Just moving the ball at will early on in the 2nd half.
Fresh set of downs for the Monarchs. Here's another handout to Prestito. At this point, we're just waiting to say his name, Colton.
Yeah, he's just been getting the ball over and over again. You can't really blame the Monarchs for giving him this much carries considering how successful they've been. Junior Jay's defense just continues to get worn down by the run game. Just a great game for the Monarchs so far.
2nd down, guess who? It's Prestito. Trying to find his way around it, and he picks up another 1st down.
I don't know how you stop him at this point.
He's been getting handoffs all day, and it's just been crucial for this prep defense. They just simply cannot stop it. He's been running the game, running the ball all day long. 222 yards rushing for Peyton Prestito. That is amazing. And why not another? No, it's going to be Hurdle to keep it, and he's on the run. He'll get a 1st down, and he will barrel his way shy of the 5-yard line.
Great run there from Pirtle. He gets him all the way down to the 7. It's his first true carry of the game. His only previous carry was on a sack, and he picks up 17 yards to put the Monarchs inside the 10-yard line. They just keep moving the ball against the Junior Jays, and you know they're going to run. You just can't stop it.
First and goal. Prestito. He tries to squeeze his way, and he's in for another Papillion-La Vista touchdown. They continue right where they left off as Prestito finds another score. They get 27-0 Monarchs.
299 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's just been dominant.
That's just crazy.
Entered this game needing 125 yards to reach 1,000 on the season. He's already exceeded that.
By a lot.
Yeah,
He's over 110, is over 1,100 yards rushing. My math is correct as the kick is good. 1,100 yards on the season. So now a 4-touchdown lead for the Monarchs. 6:52 left in the 3rd quarter. We will be back here at a rainy Burke Stadium. Welcome back to Burke Stadium. Here on Senior Day, A little earlier than it usually is. Usually we have these games at 7, but due to the weather concerns, already starting to trickle in right now. It is, kickoff was at 4. It's a lot brighter. Not really under the lights. As here is Zach McClay trying to get something going. Off a return. Tries to find his way outside of pressure, and he swarms his way to the 25-yard line.
Good return there from McClay. He puts Junior Jays in some solid field position. Their offense gaining just 67 total yards in the first half. They're going to need to get quite a bit more than that. You need to score fast in order to have any chance of coming back in this football game. Just need to get on the board here on this drive.
Or at least anything to get the team going.
You've probably got to be throwing the ball pretty frequently down the stretch of this game as well.
As here's the handoff. This is to Angelo Walker, and he gets a nice gain as he takes this ball just shy of the 40.
Good run for Walker, a pickup of 13 yards for him there. And now, Junior Jays move the chains to open off this drive. They've struggled to get first downs, and to get one there is a positive sign for them.
Empty backfield for Caniglio. Now with some time, and now he's under pressure. Flag on the play. This one's Caniglio's going to be forced out of bounds near the 30. This flag is down in the direction of holding.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, it looks to be holding.
Guessing the Monarchs will decline this penalty because he appeared to be forced out at about the 30.
Caniglio did not seem to he didn't look to find someone downfield. Instead, he just ran out of bounds and just took the 8-yard loss. Here's a handoff. This is to Walker. Stumbles, still going, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage near the 41-yard line. It'll be third and quite a bit here for the Junior Jays.
Now on third and about 8, you probably need to go to the air if you're Creighton Prep. Maybe look for the tight end, Michael Burt, in this position. Now with less than a quarter and a half to play, down 28 points, you need to score on this drive if you want to have any chance of making a miracle comeback.
Caniglio rolls to his right and is off the mark, incomplete. He wanted Jackson Wergler. Fourth down.
Appears like the punt team's coming out yet again for the Junior Jays.
Fourth down, and out comes the punt team.
Pamaran back to return it yet again for the Monarchs. Matt Sledge to boot it away for the Junior Jays.
Boost this one. Decent kick in the rain. As this one takes a roll.
It's a great punt.
To the 10-yard line. Excellent little roll. Punt goes to the 10-yard line.
49 yards to flip field position. That's a good punt on Sledge's part. Now the Monarchs will start at their own 10. Been able to run the ball at will. Likely to continue going back to that with the big lead.
If you're Papillion-La Vista, you don't want to take your foot off the gas unless you're trying to take a break on some of your key guys, because Peyton Prestino is having almost like a career game. And guess who? He takes another handoff. Trying to barrel his way to the 16-yard line. He's been dominating this game all day long.
Yeah, and there's no reason not to keep giving him the ball outside of trying to keep him healthy. And wouldn't surprise me if the Monarchs take him out of the game if they extend their lead here just to make sure he doesn't get hurt.
And on the other side of if you're on the other side, perhaps Zach McClay, he's been in there to swarm to the ball and make a tackle. This one, hard hit laid down by Prestito as Ian Aslin tried to go for that. Gets a few as the chains will move as Prestito moves the chains.
240 yards on 30 carries now. That's 8 yards a carry for Prestito. It's just been getting consistent big gains almost every single play. He's established himself as truly elite runner in the state, and it's a career night for him.
He gets another handoff. Gains more yards. That's all you can really say. Except for that fourth down that failed to convert, he's been going straight ahead all game long.
And for the Junior Jays, sometimes when a team's just in sync like the Monarchs have been all game, there's nothing you can really do. They've just been firing on all cylinders offensively. Prestito's just been dominating throughout, and there's not much you can do to stop that.
Second down now. And getting no gain. Prestito does get a couple as a little bit of jawing between both teams. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Now on this 3rd down, Monarchs probably going to the ground yet again, trying to keep control of this football and just run some clock down. About 15 minutes of game time remaining. Lead looks to be pretty secure at the moment.
As Pirtle tries to escape the pressure, Prep Ring brung a lot of heat on that one as Pirtle just has to throw it away as some of the fans here were looking for a flag for an intentional grounding.
And all that would really help with, at this point, is field position because they got the stop regardless.
And they will throw the flag. Either or, the punt team will come out for the Monarchs.
This defense getting a good stop here late in the 3rd quarter, maybe some momentum to build upon as this offense will be set to come back out.
They waved the flag. There will be no intentional grounding.
And now for the Junior Jays, maybe set to get some solid field position, have a chance to get on the scoreboard. And
as they're looking to mark the ball at the 28. These Prep fans are getting a little cranky on this one.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but regardless, they're punting it anyway. So
I'm not sure what happened. There was no gain, and it was 4th and 3. McClay on the punt waves a fair catch, and this one is down by Travis Hines.
There is a penalty flag. However, they might be getting a running into the kicker on the Junior Jays.
They brought in pressure, but it seemed like the punter just simply went down. It'll be a holding against Prep. And I think it will be Prep football. They'll just it will be a first down for Prep, but I think they'll just back them up.
The Monarchs have so far today been the more disciplined team. Just 1 penalty for 10 yards. The Junior Jays, 5 penalties for 36 yards. It's been a rough game in all facets.
Yeah, big time. Really has not been ideal.
just hope that the offense can get some momentum on their side and get something to build upon for this postseason. If you want any chance of a comeback, you need to score here, though.
As this one is to Walker, and he does not gain much. It'll be second down now. Only got one on that one. As Caniglio bobbles the snap, he just looks to throw it over. That one might have been deflected, and it's caught by Wyatt Lasher. Caniglio took a hit right there as it'll be 3rd and 5.
That'll be a pickup of about 4 or 5 yards for the Junior Jays. It's been a rough game passing-wise, but completion there maybe generating some momentum back on their side.
3rd down and 5, pressure. Dumps it off to Jacob Ruby, makes a man miss. Straight ahead, that's a 1st down.
Good pass underneath from Caniglio. Ruby just doing a good job on the catch and run to move those chains, and Junior Jays maybe getting something to build on with that completion here.
So that moves the sticks to the 34-yard line. High snap again. This one's over to Jacob Ruby, and he gets a few there. Jacob Ruby with 35 yards against Central 2 weeks ago, including the game-winning touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Here's a pivotal point in the victory, overtime victory against Central. Fake the handoff. Caniglio rolls to his right, and he will have to dump this one away, and staying in bounds, that's Zach McClay. A flag comes in, and it looks to be a face mask.
It's a good job by Caniglio just keeping the play alive, flipping it ahead to Zach McClay, and when you get the ball, you never know what's going to happen, and that face mask will appear to give the Junior Jays 1st down.
That moves the sticks.
For the Junior Jays, if you want to come back, you need to show some urgency. You need to get these snaps off quicker. Can't afford to burn this much clock down between each play.
Caniglio rolls outside pass. Juggled and caught by Angelo Walker, and that'll be the last play of quarter number 3. It's been all Papillion-La Vista Monarchs as prep. Let's see if they can try to make a 4th quarter comeback, as 4th quarter will be coming up right after this. Welcome back to Burke Stadium. Prep trying to make a 4-touchdown comeback. We've seen that against Millard West back in 2020, and they're going to start off with some trickery. Back over to Eddie Schaefer. He looks to throw, reverses field, running all over the place. Still looking for someone. He's got Michael Bird open. Instead, he goes to Wyatt Lasher, and it's incomplete, nearly intercepted. But a flag is thrown back near the 48-yard line.
That was a wild trick play. Schaefer
I was running out of breath.
He almost made something out of nothing there, but it's going to be a hold on the Junior Jays.
So even with the trickery, it's going to be coming back.
That's the 6th penalty of the game for the Junior Jays. 46 total penalty yards for him. It's just been one of very many things that's been
Many
costing
mistakes.
him throughout this game.
Another holding penalty erases another play. He's got Ruby in motion on 2nd and long. Caniglio is banged to the ground. This one is Garen Maley on the sack on Caniglio. It's going to be 3rd in the parking lot.
Yeah, great pressure there from the Monarchs. They bring Caniglio down in the backfield, a loss of 10. And for the Junior Jays, you're going to need an absolute miracle to convert this one. Do have the wind at their back, although the wind does appear to be dying down a little bit. Much more mild.
Caniglio just airs this out down the field, looking for Zach McClay, and he hauls this one in. Terrific catch and throw from Caniglio to Zach McClay. All the way to the 20.
What a catch. That was an
That's what you need.
That was an incredible play by McClay, a pickup of 41 yards. Now the Junior Jays, that might be some momentum.
It will be a momentum. This might be the best field position Prep has had all day. First down, Caniglio, quick throw and incomplete, too far behind, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Wait to see what the penalty call is.
And they will wave off the flag. So they discarded that. It'll be 2nd down.
They might want to keep going deep. It worked for them that last play, and maybe keep going back to that.
As this is a run over. This is to Dan Kenny. From the fullback position, he gets a good gain.
It's Kenny's first carry of the day. He picks up 7 yards. And now it's going to be 3rd and manageable for Creighton Prep.
Third down and 3. Kenny had that catch in the very first play of the game. That was off a play action. He got a first down catch, but it was called off to a penalty. As Prep on 3rd and 3, Caniglio from the shotgun. He keeps it, runs right up the gut to the outside, right around the 8-yard line. It's good for a first down.
Good run there from Caniglio. He gets the Junior Jays inside the 10, and now this is their best chance to score all day. Less than 10 to play now, though, in the 4th.
You're down 4 touchdowns, too. If you're trying to make a improbable comeback like what you did to Millard West back in 2020, you got to start worrying about the clock as it approaches under 10 minutes and a timeout is called, or a whistle has been blown. It's a timeout by the Monarchs. So they will have a discussion on their defense. Prep will do the same with their offense. Still up by 4 touchdowns. Papillion-LV is, as we will take a break. Welcome back to Merck Stadium after the timeout. 9:44 left to play in the game. As Caniglio on another fake fires toward the end zone, out of reach of Michael Burt, incomplete.
They go for the end zone on first down. Good job being aggressive, but it ends up not working out. Now on second down, I think you have to go back to that, throw the ball into the end zone, preferably to Michael Burt, and get some points on the scoreboard before the end of this game.
Michael Burt, the future Iowa Hawkeye, looking for his first catch of the day. Back to pass. Caniglio out of the pocket again. Fires and incomplete. That's behind Zach McClay. Or excuse me, that's Eddie Schaefer. The target, third down with 9.5 minutes to go.
It's been a rough day all around, and that was one that could have been a touchdown, ends up just falling incomplete. Just a rough turn of events for the Junior Jays right now.
So third and goal. Safe to say it's not been the Junior Jays' day. They're hoping to get things up. It was for the Creighton Prep B team yesterday. Our B team Bombers got the job done. They beat Bellevue West by a touchdown, as here is a handoff to Angelo Walker. That's going nowhere. They're going to lose yards on that play. It's going to be fourth and goal from about the 12.
And I think I don't know if you kick the field goal to just get something.
And then we have an injury on the play. That as I think that might be Angelo Walker being tended to by the athletic training staff, as we will step aside. Welcome back. Good to see Angelo Walker. He walks off on his own power. Good to see that. It's fourth and goal from the 12-yard from the 11-yard line, and a whistle. Timeout Prep.
Maybe they're talking over a play here on fourth down. You just need to get on the scoreboard, if for nothing more than just bragging rights, I guess.
Yeah.
But need something to build on the state playoffs. If you lose this game, you're probably locked into a very low seed, and you'd have to play a team like Westside or Millard South, team that's if you were to lose. If Prep were not to make the improbable comeback, and if they were able to beat Benson next week, they'd probably be 16th seed, if not a 15th seed. Either or, you're going to have to play West Side, which that game did not end well earlier in the season. Or possibly, if not them, maybe Millard South. Or someone else. Yeah, it's going to be a tough road for the Junior Jays in the state playoffs, but just need to get something to build upon here today, and hopefully get another win versus Benson next week.
Fourth down, Caniglio to the end zone, and juggled and incomplete. Two guys on Michael Burt, the intended target. It's a turnover on downs.
Seems like this game just keeps going from bad to worse, and
That's the best way to put it.
it's just been rough for the Junior Jays. They haven't been able to generate anything offensively. They've struggled to get the stops on the defensive side of the ball, and at that point, any chance of a miracle is basically dashed. And it looks like this Monarchs team is going to claim the A4 district title.
As for the road ahead, the Papillion-La Vista, after this game, they play host to North Platte. As meanwhile, the Jays will take on Omaha Benson at Benson.
Cristito will be brought down after a pickup of 5 yards there. He has now reached 250 yards
Oh my
on the
gosh. That's incredible. Even from a football, just a football fan standpoint in the high school football level, that is incredible. 250 yards rushing. And he's still in the game. And here he is on another give. As he's wrestled down to about the 23-yard line. It should be good to pick up, to move the change.
Another 7-yard pickup for him. Cristito just keeps gaining those solid gains, 5, 6, 7, 8 yards as this game keeps going along, and it's just helped the Monarchs keep the ball in their possession, keep the ball secure, and keep the Junior Jays defense on the field and continue to wear them down.
Ball is down on the deck, mixed handoff.
Looks like the Monarchs fell back on it though.
It will remain Monarch football. It did lose a couple off to the mixed handoff.
I'll back him up to the 19. Looks like it'll be second down and 14 for the Monarchs.
Approaching the 7-minute mark in this game. Cristito up the middle, makes a man miss, and he is going one man to beat and is wrestled down, still spinning around out of bounds to around the 27-yard line.
Oh my goodness.
Another long run.
That is 53 yards for him. He has now reached 310 yards
310
today.
rushing yards for Peyton Cristito. I mean, that's unheard of. And he's walking over to the sideline, and if this were a baseball, he'd be getting a curtain call right now. Because that is just incredible.
Unbelievable performance.
I think he's good at football. I think he's good at football.
I mean, we saw Matt Rule here earlier today. He might want to take a look at Peyton Cristito to add to the Nebraska football roster.
I mean, he was looking at Eric Ingerson, who originally committed to Pittsburgh, he transitioned over to UNL, and he might have been here to take a look at him and other prospects, and Cristito's got to be one of them after today. Along with that, you might be looking at Zach McClay, because every time Cristito runs the ball, Zach McClay is quick there to go find him. Other than the 70-yard run and the long run that you just saw, Zach McClay's been having a decent game. Scoreboard doesn't show it, but overall pretty decent. And so here's a little trickery, handoff right up the middle. This is to Caden Bush. A little inside reverse action for the Monarchs as he takes it to the 15.
11-yard pickup for him. Monarchs just keep moving the ball at will against this Junior Jays defense, especially on the ground. Just an absurd performance for them today. Prestido getting most of the yards, but a total of 347 yards.
He's been
on
their
the
whole
ground.
offense, to be honest with you. As Prestido takes it to the 10. Make it 2nd down and 5. Under 5 minutes left to play.
Just been gaining yards like crazy here for the Monarchs, and
You know, it's my last game calling football, and I know that one thing for sure is hoping for someone to have a breakout game. It just so happens to be on Papillion-LV with Peyton Prestido. Gets another carry. Bounces off one. He's got a crease. He's got another lane to the end zone.
wow.
What a day for number 21. Just running all day long. He's into the end zone for the 4th time today. It's 34-0 Monarchs.
Just an unbelievable performance on his part. 325 yards, 4 touchdowns. One of the most impressive games.
And another botched hold to pick it up, and they're going to try and run it, and he is wrestled down out of bounds by Zach McClay. That's Dave Fajardo. With the invalid extra point attempt. So that makes it Monarchs 34, Junior Jays nothing. 4:23 left in the 4th quarter. We welcome you back to a rainy sight. The clouds have somewhat parted here, albeit a couple lingering showers and a line of thunderstorms on the way for the Omaha Metro.
It's been all Papillion-LV so far today. Just a dominant performance from them both offensively and defensively. Peyton Prestido with an absolutely historic performance for him. And
We might actually have to check the record books on most rushing yards, most carries in a game, to be honest with you.
yeah, 325 yards, 4 touchdowns. Can't perform much better than that. And for the Junior Jays, you just got to do something to just rally yourselves and get something positive to build upon for next week and
Especially
onward.
for your seniors. It's the last home game, last game at Burke Stadium. Try to leave your mark on this game before it is called officially over.
Elijah Cannon will be the new quarterback for the Junior Jays.
And here's a run right up the middle for Jacob Ruby. He's going to run, makes a man miss, and tackled from behind Isaac Pamaran to make the stop. That's a huge gain, longest run of the game. Jacob Ruby on the run. That moves the chains by a long shot.
It's a big run for Jacob Ruby there. That picks up 40 yards and gets the Junior Jays deep into Papia territory.
He gets another handoff, and up the middle he goes. Edges away from tackles, and he's tackled from behind at the 15. Right up the middle, 2 straight ahead runs. Picking up 2 first downs.
The Junior Jays doing a really good job running the football on this drive. Jacob Ruby with a pair of big carries, and gotta just keep giving him the ball, I suppose.
As this is incomplete, Cannon faked it to Ruby. He threw it to the outside where Wyatt Lasher is at. And that one hit the turf incomplete.
It's not been a good day for the Junior Jays aerial attack. Caniglio struggled a little bit here today, and maybe the wind, which is still blowing a little bit, kind of affected Cannon there. And second and 10, just need to get something on the scoreboard. If anything, to just give you the ability to say, hey, we weren't shut out.
High snap again. Cannon looks one way, tries to reverse field. He's going to try and run and slides out of bounds near the 10. As we have an injured Junior J down. As they'll tend to him, we'll take a break. Good to see Elisea Hunty was down and being tended to and able to walk off his own power. 3rd down and 6. Cannon trying to set up a screen over to Jay to Ruby, and he's in for a touchdown. Jacob Ruby finds the end zone again, and the Junior Jays are on the board.
Hey, they got some points. That's something to build upon for next week, and it's good that they avoid the shutout, get on the scoreboard. Game hasn't gone the way that anyone on this prep side would have liked, but
still better than to not have a goose egg on the board. Has an excellent job forming the screen, and Ruby finds the end zone for the 3rd time in the last 2 games.
Good job just running through the traffic. And
I'll tell you one thing, Jacob Ruby, he's only a junior. I don't know, next year he will be a stud. That's what I'll go with, as this PAT is good by Andrew Gotch.
To your point about Jacob Ruby being a junior, this is a very young Creighton prep team. They don't have very many seniors starting. There's
a lot of freshmen that are on the team too.
Yeah, there's a lot of room to grow for them, and the future's bright, but there's some bumps in the road on the way, some growing pains, and Day's been showing you that, but they've shown some potential, and they've got a good chance to turn it around as the years go on.
As with 3 minutes to play, here in the final game at Burke Stadium. As this is Matt Sledge, the boot this one away. Let's see if it'll be an onside. Nope, it will be a high kick. The only one back there is Isaac Pamaran as it goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Now it'll be interesting to see if the Monarchs keep their starters out there, or if they go to the backups at this point.
As it appears to be number 7, Cam Leggett in at quarterback. He gives the handoff as the prep defense swarms to the ball. They get quite a bit. Second down and a few. 2nd and 5.
At this point, they're just going with the reserve players. Brody Parr was the one who got the carry there. He's just a sophomore, also plays defense for the Monarchs and picks up 5 there for him.
Trying to get a couple carries in his young high school football career.
With Prestito graduating after this year, it wouldn't surprise me if Parr is the main guy for the Monarchs next year.
2nd down now. Run up the middle to the 29. It'll be 3rd and 1 with approaching 2 minutes left to play.
Now on a 3rd and 1 from the 29. Monarchs probably going back to the ground here, and if you don't get the first down, it's not really the biggest concern at this point, and they're just looking to run down as much clock as they can.
Handoff. It'll be right at the marker. It'll be move the sticks. As for Papillion-La Vista in their postseason debut, first of all, this will be the Papillion-La Vista's first win in 7 attempts against the Junior Jays. As for postseason contention, by the way, they are going to start kneeling down here in victory formation. As for their postseason hopes, they will look to get the win against against North Platte on a week from Friday. Along with that, they look to simply have a good run in the postseason.
And with a win versus North Platte next week, they would finish 8-1, surely set themselves up for some good seeding in the state playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Junior Jays,
they look to be probably like around a 16 or 15 to face their rival West Side or Millard South. Looks to be the case, as the Monarchs will not be a Mario Cristobal and will continue to nail this ball down.
And that will probably be the last play of the game.
And it will, as clock winds down, as the Papillion-La Vista Monarchs are district champions. They take down the Junior Jays 34-7 on senior day here at Burke. Clock continues to wind down. As for the Junior Jays, they go to Benson next week, as Papillion-La Vista will host Grand Island. Prep will fall to 3-5 on the year, as Papillion-La Vista will go to 7-1. And a dominant performance by number 21 for Papillion-La Vista. 37 carries, 325 yards, and 4 scores. That's just unheard of, Colton.
Yeah, just insane performance from Peyton Prestito. I don't know if I've ever seen a running back dominate a football game like he did.
We need to check the record
today.
book on that. But our football season broadcast, and for me announcing games, it has come to a conclusion on the football side. Alongside Colton, our entire crew, Hank McGill, Mike Knockenhauer, Mr. Matt Raskershek, our advisor. Thank you for tuning in with us throughout this season, and we'll hope to see you for basketball season and years to come. Alongside Colton Alder, and I'm Alex Tejan again. We'll say good night from Burke Stadium. We'll see you soon, folks.